Welcome to Key Conversations, a Making It in the Music Business podcast. My goal for this podcast is to help you learn from these conversations with both experts and working musicians and serve as a guide to assist your career in the process. I'm your host, Cheryl B. Englehart. Let's get going. Hi.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Look at us with our coffee.
Caffeine in the morning.
Guys, this is Jason Hobbs, founder of Found.ee.
Foundee.
Which is amazing. We're going to talk a lot about different links and things and sites. Don't worry, it's all going to be at inthekeyofsuccess.com/podcast. The note there. So we are at South by Southwest in my office that has 15 chandeliers because I'm fancy.
It's beautiful. You should see it.
And Jason insisted on the natural light, which is why we're both squinting. Great. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you for having me.
We sat on a panel yesterday about email marketing, but I want to go beyond email because not a lot of people know about Found.ee yet. And as a musician, I speak from musicians, so maybe I'm wrong because I'm not up with all the trends. I didn't even know what Game of Thrones was until like 2 months ago. So
I've only seen half an episode, so
don't take my word for it.
No, it's okay.
What people know or don't know. But can you tell us about the stuff we need to know about that
Yes.
you got your hands into?
Absolutely. So Found.ee is a link shortener platform on some level, which is sort of like a Bitly or something along those lines.
Yep.
The big difference between it and Bitly is that the links are actually sort of containers for remarketing pixels. So if
remarketing pixels
or retargeting pixels or some sort of repixels that you'd like to use.
Say more on that.
Okay, so
and pretend I'm 5.
So retargeting pixels are they're little bits of JavaScript and little tiny 1x1 image pixels, and that's why they're called pixels.
Yep.
And when they fire on your computer, they are able to identify you on a data management platform as being a unique ID that has taken certain behavioral actions. And from there, you can reach people using advertising that have fired your remarketing pixel or your targeted pixel. So it's like when you go to Nordstrom's and you're shopping for that hat or something, and then you see that. You need a good hat. And then you see that hat everywhere on Facebook and on every other website you go to for the next week or so. That is retargeting, remarketing, advertising.
Got it. How can musicians utilize something like that?
So Found.ee is a free tool, which is amazing on the front end. You can build out your audiences as large as you can possibly build them for as long as you'd like to build them, and it's always going to be entirely free. And you can sign up at Found.ee. It's the actual URL.
Great.
And we'll have to manually activate you because we have to try to keep spammers out of the platform. But if you email us, we will definitely activate you eventually, hopefully immediately. And we're trying to get better at that. Once you sign up, there's one thing that I tell everybody is the most crucial part once you sign up, and that is literally click the advertise button in the top right corner, because that does. It generates your advertising account.
Yep.
It generates your first remarketing pixel. It builds out a whole audience segment for you, and it now adds that pixel into your link shortener account. So any link you create is now going to have that pixel.
Oh, that's cool. How does it pick an audience for you? What is it pulling from in terms of the data that how would it know?
Well, in this case, the current iteration is it's just anybody that will engage any of your links. So if you're sharing on Facebook or sharing on email or wherever you're sharing, anybody that clicks on a link will get pulled into just a whole audience from the get-go.
That's so cool. So if you take your own Spotify link, for example, and I put it into Found.ee, and I get a new link that's shortened, it will look like something like Found.ee. Can I make it custom, like CBE Spotify or something? Cool. Totally. So then I take Found.ee, Found.ee/CBE Spotify, and then I go share that on my Facebook page and be like, hey guys, follow me on Facebook. Whoever clicks on that data gets pulled back into Found.ee, and it starts to learn. Does it learn my audience?
Yes, it really does.
So then what? Once it learns from the clicks, what's the next thing?
Well, first of all, that's a way better way of explaining it than I ever do. So thank you.
I'm reiterating it so that I make sure
perfect.
that I got that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we got through and I'm also a linear thinker, you guys. I'm a piano player, like guitar up and down. I don't know. So we got to the point where the link, someone clicked on the link and now their data is pulled. So then how do we use that? That's where I get lost.
Yep. So then these people that are in your remarketing audience, you can now set up and run an advertising campaign. And
through Found.ee.
Through Found.ee, yes.
Amazing.
The advertising media will cost you. There is, and it's basically the same cost as Google AdWords, and it's all the same inventory as Google AdWords, plus another 20 exchanges on top of that. So it's basically 95% of inventory in the Western world.
What is inventory?
Media, like advertising inventory, impressions.
So I've never done Google AdWords because
it's hard.
It's hard and confusing, and I know I have an account somewhere, but and I've tried a little bit of Facebook ads again. It's like a little intimidating. You have to put money in, and you're not sure how it's going to come out. So is this user interface like more friendly than both of them?
Yeah, that was the idea behind it. We just wanted to strip out all the other stuff. I mean, Google AdWords and Facebook weren't built for the music industry. They're built for all industries. And so we built Found.ee for the music industry.
Ooh.
So we try to make it as simple as possible to set up and build your audiences and then set up and run an advertising campaign.
I love that. I love things that were built for... I'm a big fan of very specified things. Like Bandzoogle is a website platform host for musicians. Their tagline used to be, so easy a drummer could do it.
Is that really their tagline?
It was, yeah.
Okay, I like that.
And it is, and I can code, like, but I love that kind of, that platform. So I'm super psyched about this. And I would know more about this, except I didn't read the tiny fine print that said. So I was signing up with all my emails, and then I needed
She was
Jason.
very busy at the time.
I needed Jason to activate me, and so now I'm going to get to explore this. So cool.
Yeah.
So now taking it into, so that's advertising. You can advertise on all the different platforms and wherever.
Including Spotify, and we are adding inventory for Pandora and iHeartRadio. So you'll be able to run audio advertising on iHeartRadio stations.
You make your own ad.
Make your own 30-second audio ad, and I assume a lot of the musicians can make an audio ad pretty easily.
You guys, this is so exciting. I'm really excited. How can we utilize it in our email marketing? Because these guys know that I'm like dorking on email marketing this year and trying to get all the cool tools. So yeah, how would you integrate that? Well,
one of my favorite ways that people use it, that we use it too, is to swap out any link that's pointing to Spotify or iTunes or the store or the ticketing page or something with a Found.ee link. So the Found.ee link would point to each of these places, and you can build out custom audiences for people that specifically clicked Amazon versus Spotify, or ticketing but never click on Amazon at all, or whatever that is, or people that are clicking on Amazon and Spotify or Amazon and ticketing, because these people are really likely to buy something. They like tangible or experiential. You can start to segment these out. This is manual right now.
I was just going to say, where does it get segmented in the email platform, or is there API connections?
Or just on the link itself. So as you said, when you change it to, when you make a Found.ee link pointing to Spotify and you customize it to /CBE Spotify, there's an audience builder on the Found.ee side that you can set up and say, anything that says the word Spotify in it, put this into an audience, and we corral all that data.
And then you can do an ad targeting that audience. Yeah. And the ad would be Spotify related or whatever related.
Exactly.
I get it.
Yeah, and we're making this easier though, as part of our investment. And thank you very much. We want it to be like so user friendly that a drummer could use it. I'm just kidding.
You guys, we love drummers. I do love drummers. We kid because we love.
Yeah, in LA they're really hard to find too. Really good drummers.
There's some really good ones in New York.
Crazy.
So
yeah. Yeah. So we want to make it so simple that you don't have to set up the audiences at all. The platform will set them up for you, and so it'll identify that people are going to Spotify or iTunes or ticketing, and it will actually push to your dashboard and say, you have 150 people that have done this, or 5,000 people that have done this, and perhaps it's time to run an ad and tell people to buy your shirt.
Yeah. So what would a successful usage of Found.ee look like if it was just, let's use me as an example, because I'm a standard singer-songwriter. I have 4 records out. I have, an email list of just under 2,000. So nothing extraordinarily large, but also not insignificant. So what if I started using Found.ee right now, what would you gauge as like, oh, this is a successful usage of this platform? Like, what would that look like?
Well, I think the simplest way to use it successfully is literally just to replace all of your links that you use on social or email or website with a Foundee link.
Okay.
Just in doing that alone, you'll see that your remarketing audiences just build and build and build, and they last for 18 months, and they constantly refresh. And as you do that, once you get to maybe 1,000 people that have taken a specific action for you, then you can set up an advertising campaign pretty easily and get the new song in front of them or the new music video in front of them. I would say it's a way to augment social and web and email, not necessarily a replacement for it.
Right.
Yeah, more to augment the campaigns.
And all those links that you're talking about, the ones that are like in my bio for Instagram and anywhere on my webpage and all that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it makes it super simple. Just replace all your links. Anytime you're going to put a link out, use a Foundee link.
That's really cool. So for musicians out there that are also like me in this, and most indie musicians I talk to wear multiple hats.
Yeah.
So we've got our composer, songwriter, we've got our DJ, producer, me, I've got composer, so I'm targeting really different people to get composer gigs than fans to download my music. Is there a way to separate that out? Because the person that's, if I'm targeting film directors, for example, and I have a small mailing list that I'll send updates to potential clients, and they click on a link there, but I don't want them to be targeted for a fan thing. Is there a way to segment that from the get-go, not just from learning? Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool.
So it's the same way we talked about the email yesterday, where you can create segments out of different behaviors that people are taking inside of the email. Same thing would happen with a Foundee link. So you would just create a custom URL /CVE, not the whatever you want it to be.
CVE composer or
CVE composer.
not for fans.
Not for fans.
Not non-fan.
Not for non-fans. Or it can be any letters. It can be XJ13. You can be your own taxonomy that only you know. So and then you literally just build out two different audiences. One would be for the X3124 non-fans, and one would be that one, and the other one would be for the fans.
Right.
And then when you set up a campaign,
that's it. Found.ee /fanfans.
Fanfans.
You said it. I love it.
Oh, that's good.
Fanfans.
I wonder if anybody's picked up that URL. You should get it soon.
Okay.
Then you can set up what we call a negative audience. So if you want to target everybody but the people in /CBE FanFans.
Cool. So can you, if you don't have a link yet, but I know that FanFans is really cool, but I don't know what link that would go to, can I go grab that and own it? Even though, like on Bitly, you can't create a bit link without having a URL that you want to shorten. So can you do, so I can go create a bunch of different things that I might want to get CBE before Chris Brown Entertainment steals Founding CBE, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You would have to put a placeholder link in there, but you can always edit it. So you can make it all go to your website or something.
So all of them can go to CBE.
So you can have a million links that all point to the same place, and then you can go through and just change them later.
I'm sold. I'm in. Done.
And there's custom URLs too. So you can get share.l.
CHER, share.yl.
I was trying to say that in like
share.yl.
Yes.
I could get share.yl.
I think that's available. Yeah. I don't know if that's available anymore.
Mind blown.
But yes, something like that could be available.
Okay, great. This is awesome. Anything else that we haven't covered that you would want to share?
There are actually a lot of interesting little features inside of it that again are just tailored to musicians. So you know how annoying it can be to upload all of your links into Bitly and customize them all and then put them on your. Our tool has something that we call it's called bulks. There we go.
Bulks.
You can upload all of your links for your tour at once, and it'll spit out.
What do you mean? Upload all your links for your tour?
So if you have like a 20-date tour coming up, you don't want to make 20 individual Foundee links because you have 5 minutes before you have to get to your next thing or something. You can just upload a CSV of all of your tour dates with your ticket links, and it'll spit out a Foundee link for you for each one. It takes about 4 seconds. It's pretty awesome.
That is really cool. And you can get that stuff instead of having to create a CSV from the beginning. You could just go to your Bandcamp or wherever and export out. I believe you can do some exporting things.
Even easier. Okay.
Export into import. Look at us brainstorming, streamlining this for you guys. You're welcome.
It's going to get even more efficient too, especially after we keep brainstorming, I think. So
yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, anything else?
There's other tools inside of there too that are simple and fun and helpful.
Yeah, go explore, go play. I'm aiming to become an expert in Found.ee, so hopefully I can be a resource too. But if not, I'm going to point you to this guy. Where can people find you on the World Wide Web if you are, available?
On the webs, I'm actually the person on the other end of info at thefoundgroup.com, which is our Found.ee email.
Oh, you're giving out your email on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah.
Cool. Anywhere we should follow you or Found.ee? Twitter, where are you guys active?
Yes. Twitter, we are found_group.
Found group.
Yes.
Great. Well, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Please don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube if you like this podcast. Musicians like you keep me inspired and motivated, and for doing that, I'm offering you my Mastering Email 12-page workbook. It's packed with valuable exercises and information to get clear on implementing and mastering your email list strategy. This will help you figure out the best kind of platform for your specific goals, including a 7-step process to build, grow, engage, and monetize your list, all while feeling authentic and on brand with your music. Get your Mastering Email workbook at inthekey.co/mastering-email. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time on Key Conversations. The theme song on this podcast was provided by yours truly. If you're interested to find out more about my composing and songwriting projects, go to inthekey.co/Cheryl. If you're a musician looking to get some real results for your music career, then head to inthekey.co/results, where I've created a bunch of different kinds of resources just for you. Key Conversations is sponsored in part by Bandzoogle. They make it easy to build a beautiful website for your music. Their step-by-step system gets you online in minutes, and you can choose from hundreds of mobile-friendly themes and customize them with their point-and-click editor. All of the features you can imagine for a possible website are built in. So, because you're a Key Conversations podcast listener, you get a special month free trial plus 15% off if you do decide to sign up, just for you. Go to inthekey.co/make-a-site to get the offer.